Hello and welcome to another interview episode. Today we've got Nilesh, the founder of Orb app. Nilesh, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Today's sunny day, so yeah, just enjoying here and excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Thank you for making the time. And then, so for people who don't know you, who are you and what is Orb?
Yeah, so I'm Nilesh, natively from India, and I've been building this mobile application, which is like Orb, which is Web3 social media application, and we are focused on the more creator focused and community focused social media where creators have more freedom to monetize their stuff, and they can also have they can also create this close knit community where, and then they can have interaction with their friends. So, and we are building on the lens protocol. So yeah.
And so how did you even get excited or first let's define, Orb is in the Web3 decentralized social ecosystem. How did you get excited about that? And then, how do you describe it to somebody who doesn't know?
Yeah, that's a great question. So personally, I've been like exploring the blockchain for many years now. I started exploring maybe around 2017 or 18, and I was kind of fascinated by the technology itself. So there were like so many things came in, in the blockchain. Like there was a first Bitcoin, then Ethereum, and then like whole DeFi section started. There were so many things which each and every year, what we are seeing so far now is there are so many possibilities Web3 and blockchain unlocks because just because of its nature, because of the nature of the technology. So I got like excited about this and have been exploring and learning about so many things. And first, like with the DeFi and then NFTs, as NFTs don't have like cool kind of value in the as a name, but like there are so many things which NFTs unlock. Initially, I was excited about the credentialing stuff where the users have on-chain credentials and they can be verified and can do a lot of stuff. And then like after when then social came, it was like it was really exciting to me because as an opportunity was it was exciting at the same time. Like we it was the first time we could even imagine the new paradigm shift of the social itself, because like for the last 2 to 3 decades we have been consuming social in a same fashion, and now it's the first time where we are completely reimagining how social gonna work. So I was super excited about this, and I was kind of it was fortunate to know about the lens protocol early on. So it was just like when we started, lens protocol was just launched 1 or 2 months ago. So that's why I got excited. And at the same time, there is one more thing I really want to mention is like I've been exploring this all Web3 products so far, which is like for many years. Most of them are kind of web first, only websites, and they don't have a seamless interaction, and it is hard to consider even realize that we have been building web3 technologies for last decade or so, but still we don't have any killer application where people can use on daily basis, and that's why we are saying that web3 is not getting adoption. Why? Because there are no killer application, no uh, useful application, I would say, you know so that's why we are not getting adoption. And I'm not talking about the kind of just exchanges and crypto wallets, because like there's a specific sector, but there's a whole industry we want mass adoption. So we really need to create product which users can use in their daily life. And as my personal whole experience is like most of the in the web 2 and consumer facing mobile application. So I have like I've been building like consumer facing mobile application for last 7 years, and it started two startup in the past. So this opportunity kind of get me excited that that I can build something which consumers can use, end users, and at the same time I can kind of I'm fascinated about the kind of blockchain technology, so we can combine them, blend them together, and we can really make it useful. So yeah, that's what I was excited about.
Yeah, and then so what do you think that it's going to take to get Web3 social, in that killer application? Is Orb that killer application?
uh, we are still figuring out. We are too early into Web3 social. Yes, we it's kind of hard to know. I mean, it's been just one, even though when Orbit started, it's not even 1 year. So it's gonna take time. We are still figuring out, but our one of the goal is to make Orb a seamless application where users don't even know that what's the Web3 and what's the blockchain. One of my personal goal is I would consider Orb as a successful kind of project for the end users, when my mom can use it without knowing about this all the stuff. So that's what the one thing. So is answer to your question, what it takes to really get mass adoption of the Web3 social, we really need seamless experience and product which are not much talking about the technologies, but actually kind of bringing people together and solving it. So that's the one. And then at the tech side, we also need a scalable solution, so which can scale with the audience we get. So that's why kind of we are excited about the Lens protocol as well, because they are they recently introduced Momoka, which is like gives more scalability to whole protocol and whole industry. So yeah.
Very cool, very cool. Well, you guys have been shipping like crazy. What about building apps on top of Web3 social, decentralized social has surprised you, or what didn't you anticipate?
Yeah, the one thing is like only I'm surprised is like there are still not kind of I mean there is no uh, I would say developer friendly SDKs to work really seamlessly. So as we have to connect with the wallet, and even though it's kind of the we are building in the different technology, so we don't even have like official support for the wallet connect itself. And so kind of this kind of things is super one of the friction, and we kind of I did not realize when I started building in Web3. And it's kind of at the technology side, most of the things are web technologies only, and JS and React native, but it's like native technologies. So that was the one. But the cool thing is like, as we are early on, and as the whole ecosystem is early on, so all the companies are really generous to work with us and build those things with us. So for example, the XMTP SDK, we did not have like Flutter SDK. We are building in Flutter, and they were kind of really generous to build SDK just for us, so we can integrate. And right now we are working with few other companies who are building, SDKs with SDKs for us. So yeah, that's the good thing.
Yeah, and then talk about Orb has made a decision and can always change your mind, right? But has so far made a decision to focus only on the Lens ecosystem. Talk about why you've decided to do that, where some other apps have decided to go broad and more of an aggregator type app.
Yeah. So I personally, I personally don't get excited about the aggregation thing. You can, if you just have to aggregate, you can just scrape whole internet and aggregate things. But it's I'm not saying that those are kind of bad things. I'm just saying that as a we are not excited about those things. We are kind of more excited about building something really tangible, facing, friendly application, and where we can bring the real values. And that's what kind of we think of it, and we think protocol as a kind of one social layer which provides a social layer. So we don't think that you one person kind of or one application really need like multiple social layers. We believe that the protocol is gonna be just part and gonna play a role as right now how SMTP protocols plays a role in the email, right? So at SMTP we use in the background and emails go in there, but you don't know the protocol. You know, like for example, Gmail or Apple email or whatever. So in the long term, the protocol would be empowering the backbone of it, like identities and social connection, but the application's gonna bring the actual value to the protocols. So right now it seems like that there are many protocols. There are so for few it can be like good opportunity as well to kind of aggregate and show in the one thing. It can be good for the user as well, but we want to create more solution which is like uh, tied to more value driven. So we just don't want to be another application who just providing the information. We want more kind of meaningful connection in the application, meaningful communities, and more meaningful relationship between those creators and their fans. So that's why kind of yeah, totally focused on one only.
Yeah. And then expand a little bit more on where you think the value accrues between the protocol layer and the app layer.
Yeah. So value is like as I mentioned that protocol is like something which is like providing value to uh, to streamline the process, right? And providing one kind of, as we can consider that if you want to start a new city, right, then the kind of you can design the architecture first, right? That this would be the kind this would be the kind of this section would be for particular section. Maybe you can have markets over here, then you can have the commute system where you can have transit like via the rail or bus or something like that, and you can set up everything. But now it's kind of for the applications for the different businesses to like who is setting the kind of the commute system as a railway, or who is setting the for example buses in the city, and who is empowering the kind of water supply or like different section, what we require to who's kind of providing the electricity and different things. So the protocol is kind of just infrastructure, and on the top of that, we would be kind of, we can have like as a city we can have malls, the buildings where we are kind of going offices and uh, restaurants and different things. So the protocol you can just consider as a infrastructure basic layer you are defining to communicate in different way, and then now you are bringing the actual kind of utilities on top of that, where people are kind of using those things, right? So you can consider as a this infrastructure as a protocol, and top of the things which you are building as an application.
Very cool. And then what do you think is different about Web3 social that creators can take and become either better creators, or what opportunities do you think it presents to creators?
Yeah. uh, there are so many opportunities in Web3, especially for creators, which is like the cool thing is like they have direct access of their audience. They can understand their audience better, in better way. Right now it's hard to, for example, if you have uh, kind of many maybe just example for 100,000 subscribers on YouTube or followers on TikTok or like anywhere, for creators it's hard to understand their users and who are the actual their top supporters or top fans who are kind of they are top fans, and if they want to give them some special thanks to their community or something like that, or they want to understand more like why their audience kind of consuming things they have been producing, it's really hard. And the second thing is like it's hard to monetize. So I met so many creators, and there was one creator who had like million plus followers on TikTok, but he did not know like how to even make a $1 first dollar. And to and so monetization is really hard right now with the current. So I guess creators can really use Web3 technologies to understand better their fan base, and they can monetize in better way. So here the cool thing is like I have been observing so many creators on Lens, and I observed that like only with the 1,000 or 2,000 followers, people artists and creators earn like $400 or $500 in just last 2 to 3 months. And where they are having whatever the hundreds of thousands of streams in Spotify, or view count on the other platform, still they just make the pennies. So here they can kind of focus on more less quantity but high quality. That's what they can go about. And yeah, so these are the opportunities creators really can start doing it. And the cool thing is like as a creator you also have to uh, so for example, the Web3 social also offers the portability of things. So if you talk about the Lens ecosystem, as you are a creator, video creator, right, and you um, focusing a lot of on videos, and maybe we take more traditional example. So for example, if you are a creator on YouTube and you have 100,000 subscribers over there, or and you want to start your journey of writing maybe on Twitter, right, you again have to start your audience from zero, right? And so that 200,000 subscribers doesn't count into your here. What the on decentralized social media which really offers is like you have your connections with you. So even though if you switch the application, so for example, if you are using Lens to for the video creation, now you are coming to all for more engaging with your audience. You you have direct followers in your audience here as well to interact with them, so you don't have to start from zero again. So yeah, these are the some things, but there are of course other things which I can keep mention other things like you can have more and one more thing is like Web3 social also offers more private and secure infrastructure for creators really, because if in many, for example, in Twitter, like just they just got the end-to-end encrypted messaging recently, but still we don't know like how they use it, right? The cool part of here is like for example, if there is a if on Snapchat, if you are sharing something to your close friends, you don't know that how Snapchat itself is using it, right? And here the cool part is like if you set your audience, particular community or particular users, they only have the access and they only have the keys to unlock or decrypt your content. So even though any of the the in between the applications or protocols, no one can see you. And the cool part is everything is like most of the things are open source and being open. So we are more working on things which are more private and secure. It is the inbuilt requirement from the day one. So that's the really good part.
Yeah, and moving topics a little bit here, a lot of people have built a couple different apps that are trying to hack the advertising model, right? In Web2 social media, Facebook or Meta or TikTok or whoever owns all the revenue in the advertising space and puts advertising in feed. How do you think that the advertising or distribution model is different in Web3?
um, we are it's still too early to figure out the exact model. We just have to experiment more and more to figure out like what's working. But here definitely we have something which is like the cool here is like the is we can directly share these revenues to with the users and creator itself for the advertisement, and as other social media like they directly publish ads on your feed, and you don't know like how they calculate the percentage and everything, but they are really good at the targeted ads, right? So if they are not random ads, they are because they are learning from users data and everything. But the few challenges over here is like on web3 is like as we don't use exactly the direct data, but the other data we have to use, which is like more open. For example, if you part of some community, or maybe for example you are part of Nike swoosh community recently they launched, right? And you hold the certain the NFT of their assets, then it's really clear that you are more interested in this kind of community, shoes. And so it's kind of these things I like. We can target audience according to the assets they are holding and interaction they are having on the chain. So it's still early, but I'm great. It's great to see some of the people are already doing experiments like Web3s and the the other platforms, and I'm excited about the like maybe like next 1 or 2 years when we would be having more audience and we would be having more meaningful data. But at the same time, we also have to we also make sure that all users are also getting something as and the same time we are also getting the relevant ads, so users are also benefiting, advertisers are also benefiting. So it should be balanced. So kind of, because like if you there is one more challenge is like if you directly reward users as well, you really have to specify your audience, and because you don't want like just farming of just earn the money, just farming of maybe reshares or whatever. So I guess we need to streamline more on targeting the audience. But yeah, there are so many opportunities.
Yeah, and let's unbox that a little bit more too, because a couple of the other apps out there are releasing, in-app tokens. What are your thoughts on that model? What do you think are kind of the pros and cons, or your
Yeah,
opinion on that?
yeah. So um, I think the tokens, which is like can be really useful, but also can be bad for you in initial days. So at Orb, we believe that we believe that the application should be like the value proposition first, and if token and everything makes sense, it can come later. Maybe after few years or something like that. But initially, really need to focus on the value proposition, and where users are already kind of uh, how what's the behavior they are doing, kind of. But we think that there are already so many tokens out there, which is like successful tokens, for example Matic, and other ones, stable tokens. And initially at org we just want to focus on existing token, and then just uh, give user tools to monetize, creators to monetize their content with the existing tokens and everything. And uh, then we only want to focus on the product and value proposition. And we think that initially there can be two bad things which we think can happen. So it's like the first thing is, if you are really focusing on token at early days, you can be really can be divert, and you might be not focusing on the product. You are more focusing on the token. The second downside is like, as nature of money itself, token attracts so many airdrop hunters and farmers. So, and to really work as a social, you really need write good content, not the people who are just farming, who are really providing real values. So I would I would say for kind of initial days for social, definitely we have to focus on more value proposition instead of the token.
Understand. And then what is planned on, and maybe just give us kind of a recap of some of the new features that you just published, and then where the future of Orb is going, maybe some new features or maybe some alpha you got.
Yeah. So the last week, right now we are kind of on shipping spree. So we have been shipping a lot of things. Last week we shipped the creator revenue analytics, and we thought it's really important to for creators to have like uh, access their revenue in really seamless way. Uh, so as I mean, for last been 1 year, like creators have from just collect modules, creators have earned around $360,000, but they did not have like proper tools to access it, and what's the kind of how much revenue they made in maybe like last 30 days, how they are doing, which kind of content they are doing really great. So we streamlined that process, and we are working right now kind of expanding this on more. So you would be like in analytics, you would be getting like analytics for the split revenue and reshare revenue, which is like referral and mirror revenue. So we would be having like all these things together, and you can just go in really seamless way, and in just few milliseconds or seconds you can see the analytics. And the cool part is like as everything is data is open, so as a creator you can also go to any other creator's profile and can check their revenue and which kind of their content is performing really good, which we think that it can be really helpful as a creator to focus on like how any other creator is performing. And then because we'll all learn from each other, so if we can learn from each other, these creators can learn each other and they can do more meaningful things. That's good thing. And now yesterday we released like one more big update, and there are so many features in that which is like bundled up. And what are the I guess you already used the application. What are the main features you really liked about from yesterday's build?
I don't know. You guys have been shipping so much like crazy lately. The analytics I thought was the coolest thing that I think that you guys had done, and did a great job growth hacking it. Where you got people, for anyone who doesn't know, they published the top creator collectors. So for every creator, anyone that has done a paid collect, you can show your top 3 collectors. And so of course all the creators screenshotted it and then tag the top 3 collectors, and then the collectors are proud to collect from the creators. So it went pretty viral. So you guys did a great job on that. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, thanks for that. And also kind of we think like as also making the fans as a part of the creator journey is really important. And getting like recognizing them. So that's why we have also launched where on creator profile you have top supporters. So assume that there are any popular creators, so there are so many benefits. Of course, yeah. Um, as a as a human being, we all want uh, the social benefits, right? So, for example, if there is any popular artist or creators and you are really fan, you everyone want to flex that. You really want to say that I'm kind of, for example, assume that the Kendrick Lamar when he started, and you listening like crazy from the album one, and now you really want to flex whenever that I am the first kind of from the thousands listener or like whatever. And here like in the blockchain we have really this technology where we can recognize those fans and give them special badges, and they can also have their as a social status. And apart from that, uh, these fans also get like reach of just being top supporters of particular creators. So that's why kind of we launched this top 5 fans can be listed on any profile. So if you want to be any popular kind of, if you are really fan of someone and you want to be in popular top fans, so you can just support them and you are getting reach, because like if they are popular and people are coming to their profile, they are also seeing you, so they would also come to your profile and what you are doing. And so it's like a win-win situation for both.
Yeah, and I can see collectors trying to, out be number one, fighting for one, two, or three. I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's upside for both sides. As creator side, yeah, you are getting more support. At the supporter side, like you are getting like permanent seats into any creator's audience. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then what are your thoughts? A lot of people have been talking about bots on the platform. What are your thoughts on bots, and what is the solution to that?
Yeah. So bots, like on the internet, like bots are for many years. It's not a new problem to the Web3. I would first say it's like the bots have been there on all other platforms. Even though if you check any of the new social media, even though the last 2 years ago, so kind of Clubhouse came, and if you went to there and kind of yeah, there are not many bots, but there are low quality content. People are talking about like anything, and the bots is like bots is the problem. It's everywhere on even on any existing social media or on any platform. So, but the cool thing is like as a Web2, they have recognized so many things. They are doing the ML models and so many things to recognize these bots and kind of not to show on your feed. That's what they are doing, or banning those. So right now, I really believe that Web3 have more tools to kind of solve this problem, as because the cool part of the Web3 is like you have the wallet and you can have the public history of from anywhere. So I guess we can use those kind of data more, and we can build more technologies which can identify those bots, and we can label them as a bots, and we would not show into the profiles. So I guess we have more capabilities to solve this in the blockchain, and as if you know the this world coin, they are, and there are so many who are trying to tackle this. We are in early days, but there are so many companies who are trying to tackle this problem in Web3 way. So the WorldCoin recently, 2 days ago, they also raised their $115 million round to just tackle this problem. So I guess we have more hope in Web3 in comparison of Web2 to tackle these things, as being everything is on chain and you have the like, proofs of everything. So we would like would be there soon.
Very cool. And then what about anything else coming up? Are you most interested or excited about, whether it's Orb or Lens, or are there any other areas of Web3 that you're kind of excited about? Or I'll kind of just open it up for anything you want to add in here.
Yeah. So in Orb especially, we would be introducing so many things in the community section now. As you know that we have the one community section, and the communities in Orb as a just to be uh, the it can be the community can form from anything, maybe from same ERC20 token or NFTs, or like doing some common activities on the blockchain. So we have been working on in this few months ago. Then we started focusing on something else, and doing things. But now we would be like you can you I mean you can see that we would be kind of focusing on communities a lot and bringing so many things over there. So yeah, be excited about that. Yeah.
And for people who haven't used Orb or know what communities are, just a quick way is almost It's almost like an NFT gated, token gated Facebook group might be a good way of explaining it, or kind of like a subreddit forum where you have to own a specific NFT, or maybe there is some other way to gain access to that. And so, what about that are you excited about? Like why do you think that that's going to be a big deal?
Um, Yes, I mentioned that in the Web3 that there is a for the creators there is a opportunity to make the close knit relationship with their fans, and I think that Web3 is in communities in Web3 are quite successful, and we can replicate these things into the existing social and how creators interact with their audience. So assume that if you are a creator, and then you can say that you are putting so many content out there as a maybe musician, and your fans are collecting it. So what you can say, you can have like token gated community for your fans, and then you where they can chat in private or have extra benefits. So right now our communities are really bland, don't have much functionalities, but basically those creators can have special things for their top their fans who are for their collectors. So the things which is like not public, they can kind of have more exclusive things inside here. So it's kind of the private group, but the private group, but only your fans can access it. And to access it, they have to like prove something to that they are your fan.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. Great. Well, do you have any questions for me? And if not, wrap us up and remind people where they can find you, and then finish up with any closing thoughts.
Yeah, like I have a question for you from the product side. What are the things you would like to see as a creator in the orb application next?
Two things: live, so whether it's live audio or live video,
Mhm.
so some way to stream. And then two, I would love to know like post analytics. And I understand that the apps can't talk to each other yet, and that's a hurdle that everyone's working on. But even if I only knew within one app what my view count was, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's great feedback. Definitely, we would be having some news for you soon. I hope.
All right.
Cool.
Well, cool. Well, Nilesh, thank you. This was a pleasure. This was a lot of fun. I hope if you're listening, you got some enjoyment out of it, some alpha. Remind people where they can find you, how they can check out Orb, and close us out here.
Yeah, so you can check out the orb application on orb.ac. So go on website and you can just download the app, and and then you can find me on as a Nilesh Nilesh on the orb.
Very cool.
But yeah,
Awesome. Well, Nilesh, thank you. For everyone else that tuned in, thanks for joining us. And until next time, we'll see you.
yeah,
Bye.
thank you so much. It was great chatting with you, and for the next time. Bye bye.